What is going on, YouTube? It is currently Sunday morning. It's about 7:45 or 8 a.m. I don't know. It's early. It's early for me at least. Someone that works afternoons, getting up anytime before like 11 or 12. Getting up anytime before 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. is pretty early, is what I'm trying to say. And I wanted to do the 1,000-mile review for the Raptor, as I've owned it for 1,000 miles now. So we are gonna hop in it, but before we do the review, we are gonna go straight to the car wash and get this thing washed, because I know it's hard to see right now. I'll give you guys a better look once I get her parked and at the car wash. But this is just an idea for you guys. This is my girlfriend's 2019 Toyota RAV4 with the Gen 1 Raptor, and they both fit in the garage. Yeah, it might be a little bit tight, but they do fit. And opening this door, obviously, I still got a little walkway right here to get to and from the truck. Here's the other side. Check it out. Got way more than enough room to open the door. So yeah, I really didn't think this truck was gonna fit in my garage at first when I first got it. I didn't measure anything, and I was just like, it's just not gonna fit. And I thought it wouldn't fit because of the height, but it clears it, it makes it, so that's great. But enough of me blabbing. Let's go over and get this thing washed up really quick. And before I do that, let's give a little cold start real quick, shall we? Let's see what we got here. Yup. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's that SPT, baby. Little Raptor action never hurt. You know. And if you guys aren't gonna like and you aren't gonna comment, you're not gonna subscribe. Okay, I obviously want you to do all those things, but if you're not going to, that's fine. But please, if you're going to do anything, listen to what I'm about to tell you right now, please. You guys see at some of these car washes, they got this nice little brush right here, right? It's a brush, and it has foam that comes out of it, or soap. And you're supposed to take it. You're supposed to take that brush, and then the soap comes out, and you rub it all over your paint on your car. I don't care what kind of car, vehicle, or truck, whatever you have, don't ever use that. People use it to wipe their tires, their rims. They use it to do all type of shit. So please, don't ever do that. I mean, like I said, I don't care what vehicle you have. You do not want to be taking that car wash brush and applying it to the surface of any of your vehicles. It's going to do more harm than good, okay? That's all I got to say. So we got her all washed up. You know, black truck is always nice, but keeping it clean, that is a different story. So she's obviously still wet. I brought a little chamois with me. We are going to dry her and then on our way up out of here. My hand was like cramping up using this power washer just because how long and how big this truck is. Walking around it, holding that power washer down, man. I mean, obviously the video sped up, but I've been here for a minute trying to get all this stuff off, rinsing all that. So let me finish up here and we'll continue this when I get moving again in this truck. So let's go. I don't know if I want to get this thing like just paint corrected and ceramic coated and be done and keep it black. I don't know if I want to get this thing vinyl wrapped and just do it some crazy color just so it stands out and it's different. I don't know what I want to do, but maybe down the line we'll do something. I do know one thing though. I do want to take off this tint that I have on the car and re-tint it darker, because I'm like the type of person that it's either, if you're gonna do tint, black it out, do 5% limo tint all around, and then do the windshield like 50% and be done. That's the type of person I am. And I know people are gonna be like, but that's illegal, you can't do that, that's illegal. There's a lot of stuff that's illegal, okay? I think I'll be all right. And I live in Chicago. I think Chicago police have a little bit more to worry about than just illegal tint on a vehicle. So, alright guys, so we're back at it. You see I got a different view this time compared to my last video. Last time I had you mounted on the passenger window. You guys were staring at my double chin the whole time. I don't know, we're trying something different. Hopefully this looks okay. But if it doesn't, too late. We're going to have to roll with the footage because we're already in it. So we're already doing the thing. Alright, so let's get down to the nitty gritty on this 1,000-mile review. I'm actually about like, I don't know, like 40 miles off, I guess you could say. I still got like 40 miles to go until I have the quote-unquote full 1,000, but I got 1,000 miles on this truck fairly quickly just because the simple fact that I drove the thing all the way home from Virginia, and if you guys didn't see that video, I will post a box up in the corner so you can click on it and watch it. I'll also throw that video up at the end screen too if you want to watch the first ever video I did of this truck, which was flying out to Virginia and actually going to pick it up. So I will I'll leave that in those places. But anyways, we're going to talk about the first 1,000 miles and the stuff that I've experienced with this personal vehicle. Now, this truck has a little over 90,000 miles on it right now. It's a 2014 Ford Raptor, as you guys may know already from my previous videos. And there is some stuff that's been going on that I'm starting to notice. Now, obviously, I would have not noticed these things when I first looked at the truck and test drove it. This is stuff I've learned and that has come to me as I have been owning the vehicle, as I've been going through this first 1,000 miles of ownership, I guess I'm trying to say. So, the first thing, and I do have a separate clip of this that I'm going to post up, and it actually just happened as I was leaving this car wash that we were just at and I was drying off the vehicle, is this left door, back door, driver's side back door, the sensor, or I don't know how it works, I'm not a mechanic, but the sensor or whatever it is that basically tells the vehicle's computer when the door is fully shut has been acting up on me. You could shut that door, you could slam it, and you could come in here and you still have that message on the screen saying that the left driver's side rear door or driver's side rear door is ajar. And I think what actually happened is there was a day just last week I went to go come out to my truck in the garage. I had somewhere to go. I actually had my whole GoPro camera just totally fell off my windshield. I'm using that GoPro suction mount, and maybe it just wasn't suctioned all the way. I don't know. Hopefully you guys are kind of in the last area I had you at. But anyways, like I was saying, so I went to go get into my my truck just a day last week, and I had an eye doctor's appointment. As you can see, my eye's still messed up. That's why I'm in these glasses. Had some stuff going on. Not going to get into it. But anyways, I went to get in my truck in the garage to drive to the eye doctor, and the whole thing was completely dead. I had my dad come over, have me jump the truck, and I think what happened was I keep my work bag in the back, and I think I got home from work, I went to that back door behind me, one that has the messed up sensor. I went to go open it to take my bag out, and I shut it, and I thought everything was good, but maybe the dome lights were left on because it was reading that the door was ajar when it's not, and it caused the whole battery to drain because I didn't drive the truck for like 2 days because I was messed up with my eye. So the whole battery drained, and I had to get a jump, which obviously sucked. And I'm going to roll the clip right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There it is. The left rear door is indeed shut. I shut it hard, but let's see how many tries it takes this time to get it to go off. I think it might have worked the first time that time. Yep, worked the first time. It usually doesn't. So obviously in that clip it worked the first time, me shutting the door. So obviously when I'm trying to show you guys that it's an issue, it's not gonna be an issue. But I promise you, I'm not lying to you. There's been times where I literally had to shut that door and come in here and look at the screen. I had to shut that door, go out there, open the door, shut it, open the door, shut it, like 3, 4, 5 times in order for it to finally read and realize, yeah, the door is shut, and for the message to go away on the screens. So with this specific truck, that is something I have to look out for. That is, you know, it's happened to. Obviously, it's not going to be all Gen 1 Raptors, but in this specific truck, it is. Maybe I can get it fixed down the line and diagnosed and see how much it's going to cost me. It doesn't really bother me that much right now because I'm not really using that back door all the time now that I know that. But yeah, that's the one issue. The first issue I at least noticed. The second issue I've noticed, and this is kind of the more major one, is the squeaking of the rear leaf springs on this truck. Every little bump, if you got your windows rolled down, the radio turned down, and you're going through little bumps through the road, and that back is kind of flexing, bouncing, whatever it's doing, moving a little bit, just a little bit, you're hearing that constant and it's like, it will drive you insane. It'll drive you nuts. So I'm like, so I started looking into this. I'm going on forums, I'm going on Facebook groups. I'm like, okay, you know, what do I blast it with? WD-40? What's the fix for this? Is this a common problem? It's an 8-year-old truck. It's got 90,000 miles. I get it. There's going to be some creaks and stuff that's, you know, whatever. So I looked, and I was surprised to see that there is forums and posts and comments of guys saying that they've had their Gen 1 or Gen 2 Raptor since brand new, and within the first 5,000, 10,000 miles of ownership, those leaf springs started squeaking in the back, whether it's the leaf springs itself or the shackle or whatever it is, started creaking or squeaking in the back, and they have tried everything in the book. These guys have thrown the truck up on a lift, hit it with WD-40. Some guys said that fixed the issue. Some guys said that it only fixed it temporarily for a couple weeks and the squeaking came back right away. Some guys, it didn't fix the issue at all. So I was looking and trying to come up with what I could do here. What's my first option? What's my first plan of attack for these squeaky, creaky leaf springs? And I found a product online, which is, I guess, it's supposed to be kind of like a WD-40, but on steroids. I actually found it on Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's almost like, the way they explain it is like, it's kind of like it comes out like a liquid, and you spray in crevices and cracks, but then it kind of forms over time and in a short period of time, and almost like a grease. And that has had given a lot of guys success with the creaks and the squeaks and everything else. They said that they use that, and they have gotten stuff where like it lasts for like 6 months, and then after the 6 months it'll start maybe creaking again, and they'll just hit it with another blast of that stuff, and it works. They live with it that way. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. Now, obviously, I haven't put that on yet. I'm going to do that sometime today, hit my leaf springs with it, and see what we can come up with. Hopefully that fixes it. But besides that, so we got the door ajar thing, sensor, whatever that is. We got the creaky, squeaky leaf springs. And before I get into the third thing, I just wanted to say, so that's something to keep in mind, guys, if you're looking at buying one of these Gen 1 Raptors, or Gen 2, I guess, because like I said, people with Gen 2s were also experiencing the same thing. That's something to keep in mind, those creaking and those squeaking leaf springs. And if you're like me, it'll drive you absolutely insane. It'll drive you nuts. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for these vehicles, if you are shopping for one, or if you own one. The third thing I've noticed is the wheel alignment on the truck. I was driving back from Virginia, cruising for 6, 7, 8 hours. I had no issues. Everything was straight. I was pushing this thing 70, 75, 80 miles per hour highway speeds. No problem. Everything was straight. I could steer it with one finger. Once I was like 3 or 4 hours away from home, and I was still on the way home from picking up the vehicle, I started to notice that anything over like 55, 60 miles per hour, the steering was pulling to the left. And it's enough to notice it and to get pretty aggravated about it, because you're literally sitting like this so that the truck stays straight. And I know that's not like a Raptor problem or anything. All vehicles over time need alignments and stuff. But it is something in my first 1,000 miles, I noticed that I already have to get an alignment done to it. Something I got to do. So the alignment we got to do, we have to do the tint for sure. Maybe at 500 subscribers. I'm almost there. I think I'm at like 480 right now subscribers. So we need 20 more subscribers. 20 more subscribers, 500 subscribers. We will do the tint on the vehicle. We'll get this thing completely blacked out, illegally tinted. We'll do it all the way. We'll do the windshield, everything. And then, I don't know, maybe at like 1,000 subscribers, maybe 5,000 subscribers, we're getting a train horn on this truck. It needs a train horn. I got the auxiliary switches here. I need to install a train horn on this vehicle. It just like, you got that commanding road presence, and you just got this basic like Toyota Prius horn. We need a train horn on this vehicle. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, but 1,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, somewhere maybe in the middle of that, I don't know, we are going to install a train horn on this truck. You guys have my word. I can't do it myself because I'm not mechanically inclined enough, but I will pay somebody. I will buy the train horn, which is pretty expensive, by the way, because I've already been looking at kits for them, and I will get a train horn installed. But yeah, that's my 3 things: the door jar, the squeaking of the leaf springs, and the last thing would obviously be that alignment. And obviously none of those things are really major things. So yes, this truck, I mean, I'm still in love with this thing. It's been bulletproof, I guess, in the first 1,000 miles, which is nothing crazy, but nothing leaking, nothing out of the ordinary with like AC going out or heat going out or nothing working or the thing leaving me stranded. It's been great. So I love it. It's my baby. A couple things we got to do. We got to iron out, but for the most part, the Gen 1 Raptor is pretty solid. And I've been looking at these forums, and guys, some of these guys, these trucks, these Gen 1 trucks, these guys have over 200,000. I've seen trucks over 300,000 miles, and a lot of them are just, you ask them, what have you done so far to it? Oh, basic maintenance. I just stayed up on oil changes, tire rotations, brakes, all that, and she's been good to me. So that's where I'm trying to get with this truck, is basically be able to drive this thing until the wheels fall off and keep it for a very, very long time. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the content. Hope you've been enjoying the content. I've been posting some YouTube shorts. It's been hard for me during the week. I've been working a lot, so I try to at least throw some shorts out there for you guys to watch, whether it's a cold start on the truck or whatever. But wanted to come out and do this video and definitely have some plans. So that's the next thing. Give me to 500 subscribers. You'll have a tint video coming. We'll get this thing murdered out, limo tinted, and we will go from there. So as always, thanks for dropping by the channel. Thanks for checking out the content. Greatly appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe, all those great things. And we will see you guys on the next one. Today, instead of hitting you guys with a piece, I'm just going to hit you with a...